sweet potato waffle with a maple sriracha.
Says this new community kitchen is a game changer.
I want to be able to go to big festivals. I want to be able to service corporations and sports teams.
Jada reached out to Neon with only her dream in hand.
Neon has started me from the very beginning when I was doing this outside of my house, not knowing which way to go. I reached out to Neon, they started me on a food cart, and then within a year I was able to buy the truck with all of their direction and support.
A dream that has now come full circle with a state-of-the-art commercial kitchen.
It's going to become a destination for our clients, for this community, and it's also because it's a new facility, more people will invest, I think, in our community as a result of that.
2, 1.
In North Minneapolis, Reg Chapman, WCCO News.
Yay!
Another aim for this project is to battle inequity. According to the Center for Economic Inclusion, only 6% of bank loans go to Twin Cities businesses and neighborhoods with a majority of people of color. Neon's Collective Kitchen is set to open November 2025.
It's safe to say that neighborhoods are all decked out for Halloween.
Yeah, pretty much. And for one Linden Hills family, their blow-up pumpkin was more than just a decoration until it was stolen just last night. WCCO's Frankie McLister chatted with the family and neighbors.
We just opened the shades and the kids screamed our pumpkin is gone. Our huge pumpkin is gone, and we were super bummed.
It might just be a pumpkin on a street corner, but for the Linden Hills community, it brought joy.
I was really upset and I wasn't quite sure what to do, so I just posted it on the neighborhood Facebook.
Angelia, who is the owner of the pumpkin, wasn't the only one upset, but neighbors were too, including this one.
There, we have a ghost or, heck, even Chucky. Clearly, these lawn ornaments are meant to scare away the bad spirits.
It went up to like the height of our house. Yeah.
So who are you going to call? Well, some people think each other could be the first step, but also, should they even call the police?
I think staying alert and helping your neighbors out and keeping an eye out, keeping lights on, supporting the police would be great too.
Helping your neighbors out.
People would just slow down, and people with kids, and I was getting texts from people in the neighborhood saying, we love your pumpkin, our kids love it.
Joy, all because of a pumpkin.
Lots of smiles, that's for sure.
Yeah, and if you think about it, as we approach the holiday season, maybe Mr. Pumpkin wouldn't necessarily be outside, but your holiday gifts and packages will most likely be on your doorstep, if they're not already. So just do not hesitate to contact your local police if you know anything about this, or just have a case of your own.
Hi, I'm WCCO Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer. It won't be as chilly overnight tonight. No freeze warnings. You won't wake up to frost on the pumpkins. Temperatures falling back to the 40s. A little cooler in areas like Ely and Virginia, but at least only falling back to about 37. Not the teens like many locations did in northern Minnesota this morning. Mid-40s, likely your morning start temperature tomorrow in the metro, and that'll be the case pretty much across southern Minnesota as well. So looking ahead the next couple of days, it gets even warmer. We hit 61 today, likely jumping at least 10 degrees tomorrow. The wind will be strong, coming from the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour. The trouble with that wind and our lack of rainfall and the very dry air, fire danger is going to be high tomorrow across the state. That will likely carry over into Friday as well. Bottom line, don't burn anything and we'll have no problems. But if a fire starts, it will spread quickly. Friday, windy again, but even warmer. Highs in the mid-70s. Even in northern Minnesota, that's pretty comfortable for this time of year. Enjoy the next few days because we have a temperature tumble coming our way. I'll show you that in a second. As far as rain chances, Friday into Saturday, there's a frontal boundary trying to cross the state. It'll basically stall out maybe around central Minnesota. That could bring some scattered showers, but as you can see, it's a pretty low chance. Also, a few sprinkles are possible, likely on Tuesday next week, but otherwise a dry forecast. Our drought conditions continue to get worse. Let's take a look at that rain Friday. This is just after lunchtime, some scattered showers. The front will be working its way across the state, but it kind of stalls out as it gets near the Twin Cities. We could see some sprinkles. I hope we do, but at this point, it looks like most of it will stay west and north. I'll let you know if there's any changes in that. But what you'll really notice, an increase in cloud cover on Saturday. That will keep our temperatures a little cooler. I'm saying cooler, and I'm showing you a high of 71. More sunshine on Sunday, and if we hit that 77, that would be 21 degrees above average. Several days with highs in the 70s. I think this is our last run. Looking deeper down the forecast track, I see several highs in the 50s and even 40s. So enjoy the 70s while we have them. Always keeping you up to date on CBS News Minnesota and WCCO.
Well, coming up, the links are minutes from tip-off, how the team is handling the back-and-forth series next.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
If you had to choose, would you listen to elevator music all day or deal with payroll compliance?
Payroll compliance for sure.
Wait, for real?
Switching to Gusto made staying compliant much easier. On top of seamless payroll, they automatically calculate my taxes and file with the right agencies for me.
Can Gusto help my small business with compliance too?
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Choose payroll compliance without the ups and downs. That's working with Gusto.
With Harry's, you get a smooth shave at a great price because you get all of this for as low as $2 per refill, half of what the other guys charge. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/fresh.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Bro, you get a month for free.
It's free. You can get 1 month for free. So you got nothing to lose and you got everything to gain.
Try it, and you're gonna like it.
First month is free, get involved, pop a chewable, and you tell yourself if they work or not.
I have 2 flights trying to land on the same runway. Pilots were cursing me out in Finnish, an in-flight vegetable lasagna food fight over Poughkeepsie, and my kid needs extensive dental work! But I just found out how much house I can afford with Better, so I have one less thing to worry about. Kapteni Alahilia! Give yourself one less thing to worry about. Get Better Mortgage!
No matter how hard you try, there is no such thing as a clean slate.
NCIS Origins. New series now streaming on Paramount+. New episodes Monday on CBS.
Now, the Maury's Auto Group Sports Desk. Maury's, moving life forward.
Brent's here, an exciting night for Lynx fans.
Big night in town, and Game 3, I mean, there's nothing really like it except until you get to Game 4 and Game 5 and beyond. Yeah, it's the Lynx and Liberty in Game 3 of the WNBA Finals. One of the best parts of playoff basketball is following along with the adjustments and changes in strategy that happen in these long series. A difficult task for the players and coaches who are actually doing it. This series has been tight. It's even at 1-1, and both games could have gone the opposite way. Now Minnesota gets their turn on home court, but don't expect a blowout. Expect more of the same, a battle to the end.
I think it's really difficult to play a team like 5 times in a row, and you have to be able to show up each game knowing that you have to make adjustments from the last one, and especially how we've played the past couple of games, there are some adjustments that we have to make. It's just about being able to do it on the fly.
The Vikings are coming off a week of rest, but they're seemingly more battered and bruised than when they went on the bye week. Linebacker Blake Cashman did not practice today with turf toe, not tracking for him to play on Sunday. Aaron Jones was not on the practice field in Egan either. He suffered a hamstring or leg injury in London. Today saying tomorrow's practice and the next one will determine if he plays or not. But the newly traded for Cam Akers was out there. There he is. He played for the Vikings briefly last year before getting injured. Now he's back.
I'm back 100%. I'm blessed to be able to be back. Second Achilles. Most people would be at home, retired, whatever you want to call it. So I'm blessed to have the opportunity to still come out and show that I still got juice.
The Wild got back in the win column last night, still missing a few key players to injury, but last night Minnesota cruised behind impressive performances from Kirill Kaprizov and Philip Gustafson. The goaltender held St. Louis to 1 goal, which equaled his own goal-scoring total. That's right, the first goalie goal in Wild franchise history with just a few seconds left in the game. A rarity in sports, so a treat to witness. Turns out the other netminder, Marc-Andre Fleury, told Gustafson to try it.
Yeah, during the timeout there, it's like, yeah, we're up to, because usually that's like, coaches usually get very mad if you try and shoot it with only 1 goal lead, because usually it becomes icing if you miss it. So up to nothing, I was like, yeah, if I get the chance, I'll try it.
And it worked. The Timberwolves had anything but a quiet offseason. It started with a draft night trade to bring 8th pick Rob Dillingham to Minnesota. And then, of course, the huge trade with the Knicks right before camp started. Dillingham is an interesting case because before the Cat trade, he was positioned to get a good amount of minutes as a backup guard. He should still play, but Dante DiVincenzo's addition has likely lessened his role. Regardless, those two will share the court when the starters exit.
It matched perfectly, honestly, because Dante is a great dude. He teaches me everything. Sometimes you have veterans that don't want to teach you, and I feel like our vets is way different, complete opposite. They tell me everything I ask and everything, and they ain't never got a problem telling me. So it'll mesh perfectly because Dante, he knows how to play great defense. He can shoot the ball. He can do everything. So really just learning from him and Mike, and then also playing with him. You got to guard him. You got to guard everybody on the floor.
And the Timberwolves play a preseason game tomorrow, which was originally for tonight, but they moved it because of that other game happening tonight.
Fun time of year with so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ren.
Ren's talking Wild, Timberwolves, and it's going to feel like twin season. Look
That's over.
Yeah, sadly it is. Look at the run of days with highs in the 70s, mid-70s on a few of them. A pretty dry forecast, too. Windy the next couple of days.
All right, thank you. And thank you for joining us.
See you back here tonight at 10.
Hello there, I'm WCCO Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer. A much more comfortable start to the day tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We're not talking about temps falling back to the 30s or 20s or even teens like it did in parts of northern Minnesota this morning. Dominant sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. The wind is going to be a big player coming from the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting even stronger. Fire danger will be high across the entire area, so just don't burn anything out there or it would spread rather quickly. 72 tomorrow, Brainerd almost 70, and it gets even warmer as we knock on the door to the weekend. Friday's highs in the mid-70s here, still windy with a possibility of a few rain showers. We'll show you that coming up in a few minutes on CBS News Minnesota and WCCO.
United Healthcare knows you've got your whole life ahead of you. It's nice to know you're free to focus on what matters with reliable Medicare coverage from United Healthcare.
Let's explore your future with Udemy. You can learn how to program and build websites, study design and create logos, improve your presentation skills, and sell your ideas. With Udemy, you can learn practical skills from thousands of online courses taught by real-world experts. Explore your future. Udemy.
You'll find it if you know where to look. True quality. Authenticity that does not fear the passing of time. That lives outside it. Above the temporary. The fleeting. Though still shaped by the character and perspective only time can provide. It's worth the search. Peter Millar.
Precise designs, subtle curves, curated upgrades, elevated design for thoughtful living. Thuma.
Changing diapers doesn't have to be so boring, right, little guy? Hello Bello makes diapers that make babying better. Say hello to seriously cute designs that have as much personality as they do. Snug and comfy fit, super soft and ultra absorbent, and a subscription that's as flexible as you. So you can stop searching for more and get delivery right to your door. Because happy booties make for happy babies. Happy parents too. Hello Bello. Let's change your diapers.
Have strict assurances that this person would never be teaching my kids again.
Substitute teachers under investigation for a controversial lesson.
Why parents say now they want answers as to how this person got in the classroom to begin with.
Then how a new state law could free a convicted murderer in prison for life.
Mr. Nunn worked hard and turned his life around.
A warning about a contagious cough.
I was a little surprised to see this year. Yeah, it's higher than I would expect.
What's driving a spike in whooping cough and how to protect your family?
Our frosty nights are in the rearview mirror. See when our highs warm up to the 70s.
And it's all tied up. Can the Lynx pull ahead in the WNBA Finals? We're live ahead of Game 3 tonight.
This is WCCO News, always streaming on CBS News Minnesota.
Woodbury police are investigating the actions of another officer.
It happened after his stint as a substitute teacher. A spokesman for Washington County Schools confirmed substitute teacher Stephen Williams reenacted the murder of George Floyd in a Woodbury high school classroom on Monday. Students in that class took pictures, and we do want to warn you, they may be difficult to watch. This is one of the photos of what happened inside Williams' classroom Monday. That is him kneeling on the back of a student. As Adam Duxter reports, Williams is a police officer in Wisconsin and will never work as a substitute in Woodbury again.
Prescott, Wisconsin police officer Stephen Williams was supposed to teach English to kids at Woodbury High Monday. Instead, the district says he gave a lesson on law enforcement, saying Williams mimicked pointing a gun at students, twisted another's arm behind their back, and eventually kneeled on the neck of a student to reenact the murder of George Floyd.
Just, it's sadness.
Parents Wednesday stunned.
They should not be they should not be teaching at all. These are kids. Kids are, they're kids, they don't deserve that.
Williams had an active license to sub and was contracted from the staffing agency Teachers on Call. The agency says Wednesday he's no longer employed by them. The district says they've met with students, concerned also about sexist and racist jokes they say Williams made, going as far as to say police brutality isn't real, cops would be the best criminals, and that they know how to get away with stuff, saying he once got an A on a paper about how to get away with murder.
My first thought is, what makes that person feel that it's okay to do that? I want to have strict assurances that this person would never be teaching my kids again.
I would personally go to the school itself and try to figure out, what are you going to do about this? You know, what you know, you give us expectations. What are our expectations for these teachers and for these schools?
In Woodbury, Adam Duxter, WCCO News.
WCCO reached out to Williams directly, but we have not heard back from him. Prescott police confirm he is now on administrative leave.
The Hennepin County attorney is using a new law to try and free a convicted murderer from prison. Mary Moriarty is asking the court to adjust the sentence for Jerome Nunn. He's serving a life sentence for the murder of Abdul Poe nearly 30 years ago. Nunn was 19 at the time. Moriarty says that Nunn has turned his life around in prison and should be released, something the victim's mother has also been advocating for over the past decade.
He earned multiple degrees and became an ordained minister. He earned dozens of certificates from the Department of Corrections and completed extensive programming. He is now a community leader and mentor inside and outside of prison walls.
Each day, I'm accountable for my actions to my community, to my victims, and to my family. Every day, I get up to make a difference.
Nunn's fate is now up to a judge. It is the first time this new state law has been used. It allows prosecutors to request sentence adjustments.
Opening statements are set for tomorrow in the murder trial of Adam Fravel. The final juror was seated this afternoon. Fravel is charged with killing his ex-girlfriend Madeline Kingsbury in Winona last year. He is the father of their 2 children. The trial was moved to Mankato because of publicity surrounding the case. If convicted, Fravel could face life in prison.
With less than 3 weeks before Election Day, Vice President Kamala Harris is trying to make inroads with Republicans. Former President Donald Trump is focusing on Latino voters at a town hall in Florida. Natalie Brand is following the latest from both campaigns at the White House.
Vice President Kamala Harris returns to battleground Pennsylvania and one of the most critical swing counties in the country, where she's making a play for moderate Republicans.
Trump may be running as a Republican, but the truth is he does not share those long-held Republican values of supporting democracy, of standing for the rule of law, and of faithfulness to the Constitution.
Her campaign says former GOP lawmaker Adam Kinzinger was one of more than 100 Republicans joining her at this Bucks County event outside Philadelphia, as well as Republicans who previously worked for her opponent.
I think we all recognize the courage that you are each showing to speak out so publicly and to put, as we are saying, because we truly believe a country over party.
Former President Donald Trump is courting Latino voters in Florida, taking part in a Univision town hall.
Tuesday in Georgia, he joined a Fox News town hall centered on women voters.
I'm the father of IVF, so I want to hear this question.
An audience member asked whether abortion restrictions will impact a woman's ability to get fertility treatments such as IVF.
The Democrats tried to attack us on it, and we're out there on IVF even more than them, so we're totally in favor of it.
We should take responsibility for the fact that 1 in 3 women in America lives in a Trump abortion ban state.
The latest CBS News polling shows Harris leading Trump among women voters nationally by nearly 10 points. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We also learned former President Jimmy Carter voted by mail in Georgia today. This is video from his 100th birthday celebration 2 weeks ago. Carter's son says that his dad, there's that video, told him that he was trying to live to vote for Kamala Harris. Carter's vote should count even if he is no longer alive by Election Day. Rules vary by state on whether early votes will still count if the person dies before the election.
Hi, I'm WCCO Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer. It won't be as chilly overnight tonight. No freeze warnings. You won't wake up to any frost on the pumpkins. Temperatures falling back to the 40s. A little cooler in areas like Ely and Virginia, but at least only falling back to about 37. Not the teens like many locations did in northern Minnesota this morning. Mid-40s, likely your morning start temperature tomorrow in the metro, and that'll be the case pretty much across southern Minnesota as well. So looking ahead the next couple of days, it gets even warmer. We hit 61 today, likely jumping at least 10 degrees tomorrow. The wind will be strong, coming from the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour. The trouble with that wind and our lack of rainfall and the very dry air, fire danger is going to be high tomorrow across the state. That will likely carry over into Friday as well. Bottom line, don't burn anything and we'll have no problems. But if a fire starts, it will spread quickly. Friday, windy again, but even warmer. Highs in the mid-70s. Even in northern Minnesota, that's pretty comfortable for this time of year. Enjoy the next few days because we have a temperature tumble coming our way. I'll show you that in a second. As far as rain chances, Friday into Saturday, there's a frontal boundary trying to cross the state. It'll basically stall out maybe around central Minnesota. That could bring some scattered showers, but as you can see, it's a pretty low chance. Also, a few sprinkles are possible, likely on Tuesday next week, but otherwise a dry forecast. Our drought conditions continue to get worse. Let's take a look at that rain Friday. This is just after lunchtime, some scattered showers. The front will be working its way across the state, but it kind of stalls out as it gets near the Twin Cities. We could see some sprinkles. I hope we do, but at this point, it looks like most of it will stay west and north. I'll let you know if there's any changes in that. But what you'll really notice, an increase in cloud cover on Saturday. That will keep our temperatures a little cooler. I'm saying cooler, and I'm showing you a high of 71. More sunshine on Sunday, and if we hit that 77, that would be 21 degrees above average. Several days with highs in the 70s. I think this is our last run. Looking deeper down the forecast track, I see several highs in the 50s and even 40s. So enjoy the 70s while we have them. Always keeping you up to date on CBS News Minnesota and WCCO.
Well, it's that time of the year when coughs and colds are going around.
Minnesota is seeing the highest number of whooping cough cases in years. What health officials say is driving the spike.
And time is running short to catch the peak of fall colors, where you can find the best and the brightest right now.
Lots of men have trouble performing their best in bed. For some guys, it's issues getting hard. For others, it's finishing too quickly. Either way, Hims can help. At 4hims.com, you can get clinically proven treatments from licensed medical providers, all from the comfort of home. With a 100% online process and free discreet shipping, it's never been easier to get hard, stay hard, and last longer than ever. Get started today with a free online consultation at 4hims.com.
This holiday season, send a reminder of how much we mean to each other. Shutterfly, make something that means something.
Enjoy 40% off your order with code SEND40. Order now for holiday delivery.
I'd notice if my son didn't have his coat.
Because you'd never let him lose anything.
You didn't notice that he didn't have his coat? Okay, so now we have to buy him a new coat.
Family proof your family with Tile.
We're excited to do business with you, but before we sign, I gotta ask.
Sure, anything.
We searched you online, and maybe you can explain this?
Can't believe that garbage is still coming in. That is so false.
Frustrated with your online search results? Call Reputation Defender today to join tens of thousands who've improved their online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 1-877-866-8555.
When you need your sports centers now,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.
You're watching WCCO News, always streaming on CBS News Minnesota.
We're just getting word of this breaking news. The Associated Press is reporting that former One Direction singer Liam Payne has died at a hotel in Buenos Aires. Authorities are telling local media that he fell from the third floor of a hotel in that Argentinian capital. Officials did not share any other details, including the circumstances of how Payne fell. The British musician was only 31 years old. There's a warning this evening about the spread of a contagious condition.
Minnesota is seeing the highest number of whooping cough cases in 8 years. The state health department reports that more than 1,000 cases of the respiratory infection so far this year. There were only 61 last year. And Health Watch this evening, our Jason Rantala shows us what's behind the spike and the warning signs to look out for.
I was a little surprised to see this year, yeah.
Of the more than 1,000 cases of whooping cough this year, the latest numbers from the Minnesota Department of Health show the vast majority, about 37%, are in Hennepin County. Meanwhile, the University of Minnesota has fewer than 10 reported cases. This week, the university sent a message to students with how to protect themselves.
Every few years, I'd say 6 to 8 years, we do see an uptick in the whooping cough rates, and this happens to be that year.
Dr. Liz Platchek, a medical director and pediatrician with Children's Minnesota, says the illness can begin like a cold virus.
The difference about whooping cough is that cough is going to persist and it's going to worsen.
The only way whooping cough is treated is with antibiotics. If it goes untreated, it can cause pneumonia, infections, and even death. While the whooping cough vaccine is given during childhood, Platchek says adults should be getting a booster every 10 years.
We see it really in people who are a little bit removed from their last dose of that vaccine, that their immunity probably waned a little bit, and so they're more susceptible to getting the infection.
While the majority of cases have been in vaccinated individuals, Victor Cruz, a senior epidemiologist with the Minnesota Department of Health, says the vaccine can still lower symptom length and severity.
The rates of hospitalization in Minnesota are very, very low due to mainly vaccination and also good treatment and identification of cases by healthcare providers.
Platchek says being proactive is key to lowering infection numbers.
Cover your cough, wear your mask, good hand hygiene, back to basics. Washing hands really works.
Jason Rantala, WCCO News.
Dr. Platchek says to reach out to your doctor or a child's pediatrician if you have questions about their vaccination status.
It's that time of the year to take a look at your health insurance coverage and see if any changes are needed. CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger has some advice for open enrollment.
It's open enrollment season, and small changes to your plan could save money. Start by creating a list of your doctors and prescriptions and determine whether they are still covered under your current plan. If your company offers it, investigate a high deductible health plan, which in exchange for that higher deductible offers lower premiums. To save for the larger deductible, the plan is paired with a triple tax advantage health savings account, meaning that the money that you contribute into the account goes in pre-tax. The earnings grow without taxes, and when you pull the money out, there's no tax due. If you leave your job, you can take your HSA with you and even use it decades in the future. If you're 65 or older, Medicare open enrollment is also underway through December 7th, and there are big changes for next year. The most important one impacts those who have Part D. That's the prescription drug plan. In 2025, out-of-pocket costs for medications will be capped at $2,000. But be aware, there could be increases in other parts of coverage, like co-payments and deductibles. Additionally, there will be fewer choices for standalone drug plans. Go to Medicare.gov to see whether your prescriptions are included in a plan and how much they're likely to cost. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Hello there, I'm WCCO Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer. A much more comfortable start to the day tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We're not talking about temps falling back to the 30s or 20s or even teens like it did in parts of northern Minnesota this morning. Dominant sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. The wind is going to be a big player coming from the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting even stronger. Fire danger will be high across the entire area, so just don't burn anything out there or it would spread rather quickly. 72 tomorrow, Brainerd almost 70, and it gets even warmer as we knock on the door to the weekend. Friday's highs in the mid-70s here, still windy with a possibility of a few rain showers. We'll show you that coming up in a few minutes on CBS News Minnesota and WCCO.
Still ahead, a change is coming to the chip aisle. How one company is responding to customer backlash over shrinkflation.
And talk about style in space. This is a Prada spacesuit. You heard that right. It's Prada. Get a look at the design for an upcoming NASA mission next.
If you're looking for the one, find it on Realtor.com. Find the one with a short commute to work. Find the one in a great school district. Find the one in a hot neighborhood before it's a hot neighborhood. And find it exclusively in professionally sourced listings. Don't miss out on the perfect home.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Download the Realtor.com app today.
My 100th Mint commercial. No. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Yeah. Anyway, still $15 a month, so whenever you're ready. Sorry about all that production value.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates, exemption certificates, or filing returns.
Avalara.
What are you doing?
Yo, Sean, put him on game.
He's locked in on Prize Picks. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players and lock in for the game. Enter your lineup for as little as $5 and get $50 instantly in site credits.
Plus, you can play in most states.
Download the Prize Pick app today. New players enter $5 to get $50 instantly in site credits with code TEAM. Prize Picks, run your game.
Oh, you already know, bro.
1 second, they're a neighbor you like. The next, they're a neighbor you trust.
Gotcha, no problem.
1 second, you're worrying about your home. And then, thanks to ADT, there's a lot less to worry about. Feel secure enough to let others in with Trusted Neighbor from ADT.
Clubs coming off monumental wins.
Can you believe what you've seen here?
While others seek redemption. Get ready for UEFA Champions League action on CBS Sports Network and stream every match live on Paramount+.
I know it's not exactly what we had in mind.
It sucks, but it's still better than living with my mother. Still better.
Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premieres CBS tomorrow, 8/7 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
Serena Williams is opening up about another recent health scare, but she says don't worry, everything is okay. The retired tennis star posted on social media that she had a benign cyst removed from her neck. She says it was the size of a small grapefruit. The 43-year-old has been candid about previous health struggles. In 2017, she nearly died from blood clots in her lungs after giving birth to her first daughter.